rounds, but ideally, actually, let's hold that thought. There's a fight on main about to happen.
Oh, and you just know how scary Sad can be. They're the only undefeated team, but Zash is going to take a seat early in the round, and Welly's just trying to stay alive and just won't be able to. Not even a trade, but damages. Pretty bad injuries on Bonnie and Paint. Sad won't waste a moment trying to absorb the left side of the map. Already getting a plant going. Jerwin would be the tip of the spear, extending after and going after GMD, but decent enough trade. And Sad are in a good position, but Stellar and Pain are the only ones left. Just need to maybe get some one taps going on M80. Here is the flood in, little crouch. Paint, good job winning that in the micro, and it's easy to just overwhelm Sad. D will tuck away on the other side of the wall, so you will have some isolations. Sad, ooh, tried to capitalize on that player recalling. GMD is a victim. Bonnie is just trying to stand up on his own 2 feet. M80 coming in through a link and sandwiching Sad, but you are fighting back. Think it's safe enough for a plant. Pain is going to emerge, and man, they paint a whole different picture in this round. It's gonna check it.
Yeah, we're conditioning here. So right now, with the amount of times they've been hitting towards this main, they still want to try to bait out the drone. As they get this pick, look at the insert on middle. If you get this pick on Jerwin right there, that could open the pivot back towards that B site, or just slap the site because you have player advantage now.
Stellar already noted. Just no one there at the front door, but Paint will kick back in the best of ways. 3 versus 1. GMD is unnoticed, could get a wraparound. Sad's not really looking this way yet. Their sights are forward, but Stellar checks, and Sad.
Why I love here in this round, Bonnie is actually contesting that midline a lot more.
No command from Stellar. Alvin has nothing to say about it. No paranoia that can really delay this, but Sad will still be halted by all the stars left behind. And M80 just spray and pray, and their prayers were answered. Sad didn't even step into the site. Now the spike is down at the worst spot ever. Dash 1v4. It's not going to be looking very possible when you had mid already checked. M80 pretty good on their read on where this push is coming from, and the Odin will silence Zaj.
Very nicely done too, just by avoiding that molly. So the little small mistakes in terms of how much you're better on the attack side, well then M80's in a pretty good spot at the beginning of this game.
Yep. Oh, even through all that Odin spraying, not gonna waste any time. They're already stepping into A, putting pressure on GMD, who's gonna just huddle down, play off the sightlines of Bonnie, and he gets another one in this round. And Sad, ain't much to say to this outlaw. Bonnie is deadly as ever. B has just been a fortress to try and get through. And Sad's best chance has been trying to get to A. What a shot from Welly, but make it 3 for Bonnie. Welly part of that equation last round, especially with the Owl drone still up, but hey, they'll go in as a squad and fight through mid. Putting down Bonnie is huge. Big ace up M80's sleeve, gone as the Owl drone. Both are being exchanged. Sad gonna keep their position at a link.
Push is nice. Here.
Hunter's Fury 2 is gonna make it nicer if Sad need to push back against this. GMD, how much does he get away with? Oh, caught with the star, the concuss, but no one from M80 to really react to it. Smokes up, good delay. M80 just trying to poke and prod their way through, and they step into traps, and Paint gets put down. M80 have angles to work with, but really not the manpower to make the magic happen, so Sad need everything they can get. Obviously conserving the ults that they have. Try and get back into the score. Eric and Alvin just trying to pinch in, but not really standing a chance, outnumbered. Instead of trying to fight, maybe last one left, Pain could get a good cutoff opportunity. It's all about timing, and Pain is gonna feel just
these fights.
All rides on Stellar, kind of having a 1v3 into him. Conversion pass now from Sad, knowing that A-Link presence, and it's an exchange, but the flank's no longer a worry, but this A-Link surely is. Last one left, Sad just has to play his life. Play time. Definitely not be in a spot where he could just be poked down by the Odin. Man, too many cooks in that. help suppress this, but you don't want to leave Alvin in a bad spot. And if anything, M80's B defense is going to push forward and take matters into their own hands, and it works out beautifully. Alvin with a double, and then you got Sad having to recover the spike. Need Jerwin. He's trying to bait out this fight. Just no one's really answered him, and Jerwin's going to force Alvin to pick up the phone. Now the site has been liberated. Sad know this, so they'll get set up for a plan.
Even trying to
Taken. Derek with plenty of bullets too in the Odin to just force a lot of fear out of Sad, and Bonnie steps out, puts down Welly, and now Bonnie just ravages into the pit 1v1, and Bonnie at 7 HP falls.
And Paint to hold that angle and to give themselves a fighting chance for their retake on the other side, being a lot more proactive here in these
And Sad pretty confident they're not going to push through spawn. They'll leave the spike behind, but this could cause some delays. Someone has to run back, and momentum now created from Sad. On Sad's side, getting away from the flank. Peekaboo.
30 seconds left.
Pain gone. M80, okay, have cleared B, but guess what? The spike isn't there.
That's what we'll be ready for, that though, at least for M80. They should play it soft, at least close down one angle, and then hold that spawn. Don't let them push and flip that map, and then you can play a 4v2 retake.
Ellie on his last legs. He's getting a plant down will be nice. Paranoia thrown in though from Alvin. M80 bringing the fight to them. It's time to dance, and Stellar has them all stacked up, but the shock bolt brings them down to half. This is feeling impossible with the amount of util that M80 have, but Welly in a 1 versus 2 does what he can, but it's M80 on top. Especially with these shorties, these sheriffs, this could do a lot of damage and surprise you. They need to have a good buddy system, and Sad are going to relinquish that choke. Still just try to group up and huddle up. Fortress near the spike. Dash is being heard towards a link, and that's the moment as M80 strikes.
And suffocate at least a double mid control that we've had from M80 at the beginning of these rounds.
Derek is still going to play his life. They ping Jerwin, and usually
sports because of that pop ulti into A main. So punishing Derek would be good here. They're already pinging at the same time, knowing that he jump spots for this area. So the read has been perfect so far in how they're moving towards that mid round.
Strong lurk.
30 seconds left.
Sad gonna see if they can break into A, and ooh, the resistance is strong from M80. Information on Stellar, but they don't know where Pain is. Shock bolts enough. Disrupt, and here comes M80 to finish off what they started, and it's very convincing for their urgent pass from the attack. They want Derek bad, and he sits, he waits, and it pays off. Wow. Now M80 will hold back to Sad. At least we're able to trade, and wow, Zash is creating openings left and right all by his damn self, and then you'll get a plant on A. Bonnie with an outlaw will have to wait for the regroup.
Spike planted.
Pain with flashes, ready to fight in. M80 taking a peek off the information. They just gotta finish off Stellar, and there it is. Sad. Just have to create some stall potential. Let M80 chase them a little bit. Pain at 7 HP. Wait a minute, he's gotten a double kill, but he's looking the wrong way. That would have been cool, but it ends 8-4. Sad already throwing shock bolts, smokes, everything, and Pain has used the paranoia, so they just gotta right click to victory, I guess, with the classics. But M80 do a good job not fully losing hope in this round. GMD solo 1v2 towards A link, and it's just one tap to end it all. Eric, he's got the spike down, but hindered with nowhere to go. Sad will convert. And M80 can at least focus the rest of their forces on the perimeter if they have this outlaw in tow. And man, Jerwin takes an L. 10 HP though. Bonnie's wings were clipped in that fight.
That's why you went for that buy, right? So somebody bought him. It was Alvin that bought him the outlaw. He buys full shield so he could survive one shot of the outlaw. That gives him an early player advantage.
Okay, decent enough spray down for Welly. M80 a dance around it, so there's not too many more victims after that. Now it's all up to Payne, or depending if Stellar can wrap around, but he wants to do so quietly. Payne just needs to play his life. He's going to be important for this. He's in a great position for the paranoia. But hey, M80, watch their backs. But there's more where that came from, and just nothing can stop M80, it seems. Not even Zaj. Good enough. But M80 with the owl drone already trying to fight off of it. It's got Stellar cowering and now 6 feet under, but you cannot underestimate the power of Zaj. How he's been able to solo lurk, be aggressive. That has caught M80 off guard. These early aggressive moves, even in previous matches. So M80 try to be productive. Shotgun at the front door. Good trades from M80. They're still on a good foot. Now it's Zaj and Welly. You know where Zaj was, towards the left side of the map, but Welly lurking in the shadows could find the back of at least one. Trades there for Derek. He's got the better weapon, the better shot. Zaj will at least get an upgrade, but Bonnie finishes him off, and it's double for trying to drone and recon to maybe fight for that B orb, get the Hunter's Fury, because you're going to need to put up some resistance. The flood in from M80 is already ensuing, and Zaj
trying to win this round, if not potentially a 13-5.
Nadev pointed out that M80 in these 5 versus 3s are just so good at closing out the rounds, and Sad are putting up as much as they can at the front door of B. A knife, a smoke, just reestablishing those stops, and M80 stuck at the front door, still with a recon from Derek to work with and a knife from Paint. This could be really dangerous for Stellar. He's going to try and hide away, playing anti-flash. He heard the dash in. Stellar tries to cut off what he can, but M80's trades are too good, and it's just... That's
Pulling them in.
going to cost one weapon. Teamwork making the dream work for Sad. It's going to take a hope and a dream to come back into this, but first and second blood is exactly what Sad needed. Try and win mid for once, because they've had these inserts for Jerwin, but then M80 punish him almost every single time, so finally Sad get luck on their side.
And the last 3 will just try to fight in a spot, because after the initial sprays, you're giving up the spots as you're trying to reload. GMD had some sort of a timing, but unfortunately just watches the wrong angle towards the end. So all duels, it's a showdown towards mid, and it allows Sad Esports to collect some easy. Because even if he uses it, well, now he can't. He's being stopped.
That's why maybe being proactive could have been good for Sad, and if you let M80 write the story, it's going to end in their favor. 5 versus 3. M80, just the cherry on top. Can they silence Sad on their map pick? Here comes Stellar with the flash out. Retaliation is strong from M80. Zaj and Welly looking for Spike gets tabbed. M80 not even going to check it yet. Rely on Bonnie. Draw some shots. Not the full commitment, but they are taking some damage across the wall. The time is running out. Sad have to do something, and it's up to Welly and the leader. The cape on his...
More chance to illustrate that point, or at least hopefully get more chances to illustrate that point. We'll start at least with the piss round where M80, we're looking to play the contact play through the smoke, but that's a nice little spray to kick things off for Sad.
And he's still getting bullets in people. Like Jerwin, I'm looking forward to see him get more active, and Bonnie is the opposite of that, looking very, very dead. M80 have barely gotten any work done. Have Derek, this is an uphill battle. Actually a downhill one, because they're not going to take any high ground space at all. And Zaj with a beautiful double leaves GMD out to dry. 1 versus 4. That's all she wrote.
You can't really get too much information into where the opponent could be to throw a saturate down, so you can catch some players off guard, just like over here as well.
Win another first blood, and he's got support with Stellar, who loves to buy these judges. Kind of come up with these fun gimmicks, and we're still just poking through the smoke.
A little bit more for your actual sight hits going into the extremities.
Trying to do as much damage as they can, but at a distance, it'll just end in a whisper for M80. And if you thought that
set up for a crossfire or a hold, but I like that they're playing a little bit more passively this time around here for Sad Esports. Give up that space, let them in, win these duels. Exactly.
M80 force their way into heaven here shortly.
Night and day of how they're calling our defense so far, but this is a bonus round still.
See if they can hunt down where Bonnie went. Cleared out through heaven towards spawn, might be in ramp, might have just dropped down towards the point, and Bonnie surprises them, but Sad's teamwork is still better. Welly with a nice double with the sheriff to watch for that ramp walk down. Welly still gets a chance to peek through before you have Alvin do something about it, and he chokes. Welly stays alive, and it's a pain sandwich. Bonnie and Derek tried to hold down, but they're on an island with no raft. So a flawless one. Want Derek part of this fight. Maybe Alvin lurking more. Garage push though for M80 while the rest take the high ground. You have Sad just cowering in cover, but Sad still get the picks and enough to get M80 a little bit destabilized, but Paint gets them back in a position of power, and a Nightfall sensing that fight in mid, and Stellar will hold his ground as stoic as ever for that leader of Sad. And finally M80 don't want to commit to teleporting in. Okay, the gate crashes. Paint will be joined by the rest. Got Bonnie dashing, recalling that push and pull. M80 need to capitalize on this, and Sad choose the perfect moment to fight. And now you got the convergent pass. Bonnie try to bite back, but man, Sad are just
Nightfall that's thrown from middle onto Welly that allows for them to queue how many players they hit on that A-Rem into A main. So they stalled everything, and what is Paint looking at?
Oh,
he's literally watching Paint dry.
It's like this prick is really interesting. But M80 were on a save, so at least Sad will end it near flawlessly. But GMD won't be able to collect his prize or keep it. Yeah.
You got a bandit kill. Goes for one ways, and now they already have a perfect stack in that spot.
Ooh, Pain could be in trouble. He's hindered, but Bonnie's focus gets split because here comes Sash to the rescue. Got a deep teleport from GMD, so he'll at least take the position that's Pain left behind, and the door's still being shut in M80's face. You can't win any duels. This is insane.
And it had 3 different types of entry.
But M80 were able to convert their first round off of the first timeout, so but on a not the best save. 1-2 goodbye from Jerwin on the Outlaw.
And always had that dash ready to, or refract at least ready to go. He's gonna search for more. Easy. Stuns the last 2, and a flawless incoming. Leave some kills for somebody else, Jerwin.
Committed to this A site. Now you get a dimensional drift from the defense to kind of assess the situation, test the waters, converge past Sad, reacting to that information given by their Yoru. Stellar jumps down from the top rope, hits M80 with a haymaker. Derek, man, you even get a chance to really blossom on this attack. It's in a 1v4, knows one below, heard one at ramp. Derek just trying to balance all of the plates, and they're going to come crashing down very soon. Unless mentally he can just win these ones, but a shotgun up close.
Have a chance at least now with double ults this round to use a pit towards this B site. And again, Alvin's too far away.
Okay, Bonnie at least can...
It'll be keeping it simple once again. Pop into the site. That kill gives you conversions pass, and no, never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Didn't want to join your friends, huh?
The ground right after. But here's M80 going for that hit towards that B site.
Bonnie makes the space, confirms that kill. You need to see the layers from M80, and GMD will assist. So Sad do get to just take a seat, as M80 are here to play. They're going to go out kicking and screaming if needed, and hopefully dodging the score line that they had against NRG. But it's nice to see it.
M80, a triple push, looking for a triple flank into the A side in the pulse plant.
And they'll finally wrap around towards A, and Sad just gets stopped and tripped at the front door. A big double from GMD. And Derek will have his back too. This is a must convert for M80. But now you're given a chance for Sad to leave the scene of the crime and taking fights that they maybe shouldn't in solo situations. Sad have time to play with, and this was a little scary situation to be in. You're on Pi watch, you're on map 3 watch, and an anti-eco that still has to be well drilled. And these first bloods are beautiful at events, and now Derek's gonna respect it.
Sleep.
And just give up all that space and just be able to clap back on the climb up. And now we're just kind of staggering. Derek's just that guy. Abandon this after thinking they got a little too much of M80's attention. Maybe a good cutoff opportunity for GMD. And catches Jerwin with his pants down.
Oh
the
my
rest
God.
of Sad will retaliate. Beautiful double kill from Welly. And it's just a back and forth affair. Back to A we go.
Dude, he swung that with the spike. Thankfully, you got the kills, though. Paint's in the sight. We're trying to push down.
One enemy remaining.
Woo! No more paint. Watch for
Player
paint.
standing.
Got some
Winnable.
good damage into Zaj. Bonnie's like really testing if he's gonna repeat it, and I guess he does.
He's in range enough to not get hit by the prowler. Should be some easy. Oh, never mind.
Oh. You just had to say easy.
Yeah. He's got support. He's got a team behind him at least.
You got Pain, Welly's, Ash, all there. I'm surprised Alvin got anything, and now Derek's taking the helm on the high ground. 5 HP.
Spike down, B.
Welly's just a sneeze away. Bonnie finally finds him. Spike down, Stellar 1v3, and basically 1v2 if you want to combine Bonnie and Derek, just like barely being alive. Very doable for Stellar, but the high and low, just the whole stack. Engage.
Selling a fake towards the A side is what Sad's trying to do. Now the insert towards B, but there's a crossfire from M80 instead, and it's beautiful.
Spike down.
That's
B.
spike down. Everything gets denied. This is rapid.
Oh, okay. Now you're fighting with Paint for those picks, and Bonnie already has to disengage.
Oh my God.
Bucky, that's damage, but not enough. Bonnie gets the pick with the up. It drops, and now M80 get hosed down by a nightfall, and Sad flooding very successfully.
He has no choice but to anchor up the spot with no ways to really escape. Please don't wall contact into main. Please don't wall contact into main.
Mid-dimensional drift. Wow. M80 put a stop to that. Bonnie is not even going to reposition. Hey, but Welly, I thought he had something up his sleeve to throw at him. You get caught with your back out. Okay.
And that will cost them a round for Sad Esports unless they're able to pull something, some magic out of the hat. Especially with this insert, though, onto the A side from Jerwin.
Oh, Jerwin, the solo heroics again.
Left.
You got GMD injured. You try to make the most out of M80. And man, Paint claps back at Jerwin. Sad need to pick up the mantle. And Stellar will clear heaven. Dimensional drift from Paint. Watch the spike get planted. And also see where everyone's holding in these post-plant positions.
One
Now we'll
enemy remaining.
decloak on the other side of the sign. Takes a 1v1. Beautiful flash from Paint. And M80
For M80 and stacking 3 players towards the A site because that's where Sad's been defaulting a lot in the beginning of these rounds.
Let's Derek just focus on ramp, and he's gonna need that because Jerwin is getting real close with the Bucky overhead and behind Derek just like that. Sad have good positions to work with, except Bonnie with a knob. It's something that Sad have had to fear before, and they have a reason to.
Forcing as a team, 5-man hits, trade off as much as you can. Kind of how G2 revamped themselves when they played against Energy.
Oh, GMD saw an elbow and Stellar good protection, and all he needed was to get this plant so the pit could come online. And Stellar's gonna get greedy. Ooh, that was dangerous. Love the shorty play. And now Bonnie, how are you gonna go hunting when you can't even see the targets unless you jump in? And Bonnie does just that. The pit comes down, and so does Sad.
Scenarios where you're at a disadvantage that you couldn't convert on your side for Sad Esports because you had to do nothing but heroic plays to attempt these rounds. As
Oh
now
my God,
Stellar.
the bait and
Ooh.
switch.
Yeah, a change of pace from M80. That's nice.
Yeah, it's Sad did the most dangerous thing, giving M80 hope and a leg up in this map. Alvin hit by the conversion pass, still trying to drop. Jerwin has cleared out Paint. And Sad ready for the flood. It's up to GMD and Alvin, and now just the leader, completely surrounded with nowhere to go.
Retake with a knot. So just let them walk into you.
Oh, quick shot from Bonnie. Welly at half health, and Sad just trying to take the solo duels where they can. And Derwin something, and Bonnie's too far forward and gets clipped. The smoke from GMD backs him up. Bonnie at 38 HP, denied the Omen teleport there from Pain. Stellar, the lurk, pulls the attention towards A, but Derek could have a good cutoff point. This is an important gap that Stellar is left behind. You hear the stomping. You got Sherwin at half health already. Gets caught with util in hand, so Derek will only injure one. Kill one, I should say, but wait. What else can Stellar do on the front lines? Ooh, now you've let the defense get back into this game, and Bonnie with the op, it rings true. Zaj in a 1v3. That'll be the big win condition for them. Just gotta be careful not to walk into the Bonnie sideline with this op and the bait and the switch. Beautiful with the clone. GMD catches Sad by surprise as he'll pivot into ramp. M80 will hold passive positions and no one in mid, but Bonnie could at least call if they go towards B.
Yeah, the best thing you want is a plan at this point, but you're being closed into a box.
Last player standing.
Ooh. They know where the push is and they're certain of it. Pain will be left behind on a lurk. The plant goes through. It's an opening pick for Jerwin. High ground in their favor. Maybe even some cutoffs through spawn if Sad want to get active early, but they're just going to hold their positions, hold these entry points. Alvin will be the one to receive the op to create some threatening presence. Oh, trying to actually challenge the op. Jerwin, the guy that you are. Alvin will keep the high ground at bay, and while M80 try to retake on the foreground. Oh my God, Derek, those are the type of plays you need. OT could ensue. Zaj is down. Derek defusing. Pain has to stop it, and he does so right. M80 have those funds swell because you saw how dangerous and really uncontested Bonnie on the op can be, and classic versus shotgun. Well, that ended a different way than I expected.
Yeah, but somehow Jerwin makes it out with a lot of health. But there's that flank from Bonnie. That's perfect. We're probably gonna have a lurk on lurk. Hell, actually, he's watching that flank.
Okay, quick little pivot, and Sad have to salvage this, and it's not gonna be for free. Derek with a cutoff opportunity, making Sad real nervous on where they're gonna take that next step. Well, he's gonna check near spawn. I like this read from Sad. It's wide and it's pretty bloody.
M80s and or I guess both teams are gonna be struggling to figure out how to play against their opponents. At least he went on time, so that's good enough.
Coming at you. And look, M80 just passively lets them creep up, lets them get comfortable, and then a swing out, a double. M80 with the full takeover, and not too much kickback from Sad yet, anything at all.
Still have 5 players alive, that they kind of just topple down into their own strategy. At least they get a plant down and a strong buy against the anti-bonus.
Ooh, Judge does a lot of talking there for Alvin. Paint does get the orb and showers, which gets him a round 3-dimensional drift, then we are not going to see it. Sad are quick to retaliate. Alvin.
The space is quite nice for Zaj. They just need to identify where the third player is going to be at.
Oh, the lineup is right there. It's easy for Stellar. It's been pretty consistent on those clutches. GMD, 1 versus 2, very doable. Oh, he gets caught hopping into his own
corners. Second map, you're playing double duel is super aggro. It's nice, but now you're playing with inserts and aggro. There's going to be some corners to try to commit towards this B site. They slow it and they slow things down with util behind the wall, and now it'll be easy pickings.
Sad tried to spam through the wall, trying to react to Alvin, who was shooting down a haunt or something. really explored, so that's something Sad can check out. Here comes Zaj and the double duelist, the push and the pull, and well, Bonnie.
Spot here in the next rounds.
Yeah, no sheriffs. Shorty can still hurt. We'll see if they want to invest the Viper's Pit. I guess you're not going to invest in nothing because you can't even plan.
Yeah.
So it's a flawless for M80.
They know it's clear. They know the hit's coming towards the A side right now. So GMD has a chance.
So many retake options for M80, and it starts with the dimensional drift, and even the Seekers are thrown into the mix. Sad walk into a trap, have their backs against the wall. Now their backs on the ground. Stellar is gonna be left behind, but he's able to shoot back, and Jerwin will join in that beautiful duo ship to give Sad back a lead despite eating 2 ults to the dome. Sad are still left standing and with some site control to work with. Just gotta worry about this flank. Alvin will be coming from the other side of the map, and well, he's looking the other way.
Oh,
he's
no.
got protection of the wall, gets caught off guard, and now this spells trouble. Sad, the advantage is gone. They didn't do anything with the advantage, and now it's plan B.
But at least it's our tried trusty IGL. Pit will come down after this plant, and he's gonna hear both TPs.
Oh god, he might not. He doesn't have time to use the pin. Or catches them on the drop down. Oh, a little bit of timing, dancing against Alvin, who steadies and is stuck
Towards B. So again, we're not reacting the way we're supposed to react for Sad Esports on that very round.
Oh jeez, he almost caught an elbow. Zaj, or it was Paint's dimensional turret. Either way, Sad are now pitted up, using every ultimate they can, including the Convergent Pass. You have Jerwin leading the front lines, and now all huddled up within the pit. As M80 circle the perimeter like sharks. Got a flank 2 from Derek that's going to come through A short. Could be catching the back there of Payne. Knows his job well to watch for that mid lurk and catches Derek looking the wrong way. Pit is still up. Comfortable spot for Sad. Now you got a counter pit from Alvin to layer it through. Talk about chaotic. And that's where the Bucky is gonna ring true. As powerful as ever. It's a hide and go seek. Sad have numbers. They just have to survive long enough for the spike. And then you got the Brimstone coming in for the post.
So that was an easy kill for Payne to get himself on the scoreboard here against Derek, and they needed to do that a little bit less this time for M80. Yep.
Ton of flashes. M80
Stronghold 3 players on the B site, so this is quite good.
Face your fear!
Ryan Jerwin with the nightfall sandwiched in, and Derek just corners himself. Still picks off Jerwin. Sad cut off on the entry. It's just a brick wall when it comes to this B defense. M80 look nearly untouchable.
So that was very nice.
A shifted approach from Sad to use Prowlers to get Shower's control and to just overwhelm Payne up close. Sad gonna play off those tethers too. GMD. What about a surprise swing? Did just hear, or probably didn't hear anything at all actually, and that means M80 will cower away. Let Bonnie at a distance find an angle. Seekers helping M80 guide in. Now they're chasing Sad across the map, and maybe a chance for Alvin to catch them on the drop down. His impact is felt, and he's not gonna go for a repeat, not until M80 are ready. That gets Sad nervous. Want to see a bandit? Well, you got Zaj with one. But he's on his last leg yet again. Really worried about Alvin coming through the elbow. This retake could pack a punch, and Alvin, he's doing it again, but you still have to get through this doorway. And Stellar doesn't have enough help to fully suppress and put up a resistance.
Drop down, or sorry, putting the spike down, allowing for you to get an op on the attack, which is a very rare sight.
Even dog will keep Sad anchored. Maybe even trying to rethink something else. Or now they're nervous about the flank. Sad are taking too long to really develop, and maybe that pick will inspire them. Jerwin with a double with the up. What a flick! Now M80.
And when they're trying to prowler into hookah, they're also still being shut down. The best look that they have is going for a 5-man hit towards that A site, yet the pulse plants are never guaranteed for that side. So M80, again, doing it. Based off the dog.
There is the activation, and even the well too, or the star on
nice.
top of that. Man, blood on the floor.
excellent on the defensive rounds when the barriers come up in the first 20 to 40 seconds of the round. Now going to the mid round, you have no choice but to walk up and just go into crosshair placements.
Oh, we caught Bonnie still trying to readjust, and I like that aggression from Pain, and they did not watch their...
Always given up by M80, but always won by M80 in the end.
Pain very low, and Jerwin won't be able to use the convergent pass. Would have liked that to just fight into Hookah if you're expecting some trouble. Dash with the dimensional drip gives them information. As soon as he decloaks, he's dead. Sad have the tools, but they just can't use them. M80 bring the fight to them. Bonnie just jumping through smoke with a shorty. Recalls out, and Sad are victims in this situation. 9-3 half. It shall be, ending with a 3K for Bonnie. It's just op supremacy for that guy.
100%. And
got a lot of good tools to fight and to get information with Derek utilizing that Sky, and Sad still put a stop. The showers swing out. Derek and Alvin tried to bait and switch, and Pain will focus down at 14 HP. He's gonna need help, and Stellar couldn't trade in time, and GMD ducks into cover, and Stellar ducks at the wrong angle. Plant gonna be up close. Welly silently walking up, and he could just catch them on the retreat, and he does. Taps the spike. Alvin won't fall for it. Stay steady. What a shot from Welly. Yeah. Similar position to Mail back on split. This guy could do a lot of work, and he waits for the right moment to unleash, and you're feeding the beast. And it took, what, a concuss, a seize, everything to put the GOAT down. And that's just the first step, one of many that you have to take to get into the site. Now you have to kind of drop, and another, so the only person that could see what was in the site is now dead. M80 just gonna wait out this smoke, but it's not looking good, especially if you'd have to re-clear to create another option. I don't think there really is another option. 12 seconds, here comes Bonnie, the judge, but the spike is down, and GMD's too low. The crossfire power anymore. That's just not really gotten them advantage they were hoping for.
Oh, no.
And dry peeking into a Marshall does not help either, and you really want Paint part of this picture.
It was supposed to be an outlaw in the first place, but he gets a headshot with it, so gets full damage, full value out of the Marshall, and that's a player down for M80.
Okay, the recall. 14 HP with a Bucky. M80 really want at least full vision. They don't want to go in blind, and even they lock eyes with Stellar. Gives him a wink, gives him a Bucky to the dome. He's doing so much on such a small buy. And this is the type of win streak that would get M80 nervous, the one that got M80 sort of back into split, even though it was a fake comeback. It does start off of converting the bonus, and Eric keeps the hopes alive. 6 seconds, you could deny the plant. Stellar really worried at 14 HP. But here comes Zaj, the hero of the... Ash out in tandem with Bonnie. Birds right into that corner. Sad expected a very different fight, but still come out on top, and even through the flash, Stellar still gets a kill. And he couldn't have even tucked into the team. Coming fast. And Cosmic Divide, Seekers, and I'm surprised Bonnie doesn't just ult, because why not? And he's not gonna get to. It's a little solo swing on the other side of the Cosmic Divide. M80 could have just played it safe, but they risked it and got punished. Now Sad have to also face another ult thrown out. Paint with the dimensional drift. Recess was on the other side of that Cosmic Divide, and as it comes down, Sad ready to swing for the fences. M80 just have to patrol the spike, but on the flank, Stellar is just gonna end this round. This is Conversion pass to try and retaliate against Jerwin. That did just,
oh my god,
recall out, tries to switch the weapon away from the off, and Pain just sprays and prays. And that's apparently what you needed for Sad after a 5-man flooding through showers. Alvin found a different angle through all of that, but I don't think you're going to get a different result. Bonnie has a Guardian, hoping someone just gets a swing in front of his crosshairs. That would be the only thing that could go M80's way. He got the Brim ult out. Thought that was a moment to swing for Zaj, but Bonnie, as attentive as ever, 1v3 will try to race Sad to the other side of the map.
He might be able to outduel Welly though. He's already watching it. There it is. Wait, win con. It's still Bonnie.
Spike planted.
Oh, about this, and they're about to double swing. Oh, he had a nice little head glitch, but still.
With the stingers.
Air gate crash within it, maybe on the other side of it, and M80 find themselves inside now with the recall. You know.
And interesting enough, Jerwin's using his double dash to rotate as fast as he can and keep the op. There's 13 seconds left. Oh, they get the spray kill.
And the planter's down. Alvin has to take over, and now it's just a bloodbath. And if things go awry, but I don't think they want to retake. I think they just want to take this round clean as paint flashes, and a good read on that person being close. Zash still wins that 1v1. Now Zash is kind of sectioned off using the clone. Now it's cerebral plays, but against the star.
For a setup on this B site is perfect.
Gotta do what you can, what you got, and you got Bonnie on the team, so surely it's a win. And the convergent pass, and the and Jerwin. Oh, no connection on that. But gets M80 excited, and Pain just the first victim. Okay, a little bait and switch works out for M80 to scratch the surface of Sad. The armor remains. Jerwin, nothing will hinder him now. And a jump out. Okay, the only thing that hinders him is actually hitting a shot, but hey, Stellar will hit his. And M80 threw flashes at him. Now you have the lineup, and all you need is you feel like their hand is forced. They're already dogging up towards U-Haul. Cosmic Divide. I'll fully seal it off, so I'm worried about Pain swinging out, and he just gets to play peekaboo, and that's an uncomfortable position for M80. Nightfall into the mix too for Welly. Now M80 are definitely nervous on how to react. They just have to have their head on a swivel, and Jerwin's trying to Goomba stomp people. And it's a bloodbath that Derek fights do pretty well, but Pain is as stoic as ever on this site, looking for the ace, the 4K, the unexpected hero, getting almost an ace before it was stolen by Stellar, of course. So many strong points on this map. We'll leave Alvin on the insert. He's got two walking up, and he's looking. Almost had the flick on Welly. As quick as ever. First blood for the defense. Here comes M80, pressuring in through U-Haul. Zaj playing with the spacing well, respecting this push from M80, but just can't stop it. And Pain will lurk in the shadow. As M80 play at a distance within U-Haul, within main. They're gonna get sealed off, and where the spike is, Sad have access to it, and M80, they peek out, they get the one taps. It's Welly that could save the day. Or the teleport now has to just make a decision, and M80 stops. Tracks. Pain nearly dodging a shot from the op. And M80 have sectioned off. They even have the Viper speed to try and get a plan. GMD removes an angle. Zaj will trade and panics with Pain, and it's just panic central and Sad.